Hi everyone, let's have a quick look through the general assignment information for our English 115. So these are just the general guidelines that I'm expecting you to follow for all of the assignments that you submit this semester. So here we are back on the Blackboard homepage, and if we go over to assignment info again, we'll see the first document is general assignment guidelines. So these are just rough guidelines for what I'm expecting you to do when you're formatting and producing your assignments. Please just submit documents in Word format or other rich text formats, RTF or TXT, if those work for you. Please don't submit Pages documents because then I have to translate them into Word documents and it gets messy. Please don't submit PDF documents because they're much more difficult to make changes to, obviously, and to add comments to. So a Word document, a .doc or a .docx or a .rtf or a .txt if you need to. Everyone who's a college student has free access to Microsoft Office. So if you don't have that already, make sure you get a copy so that you have Word and you can produce these documents. So pretty simple, just 12-point Times New Roman with 1-inch margins. Just leave the margins at default if you don't want to play around with them. Please do double space them, double space your assignments. Don't press enter or return at the end of every line. Double space the document. If you don't know how to do that, give it a Google or send me a note and I'll send you some instructions on how to double space. Don't put huge breaks between paragraphs though. Sometimes people do this when they double space. They kind of end up quadruple spacing between paragraphs. This is just a minor thing. But try to avoid those big gaps between paragraphs. Really the most important thing on here is, since you're submitting through Blackboard, make sure you follow the following naming conventions for the files you submit. Your last name, your first name, then the assignment name. It's really difficult to figure out which assignment belongs to who when you get 20 assignments all called Proposal Draft 3 or Final Paper 1 or English 115 assignment or something like that. So if you put your name in the name of the document, it just makes it so much easier for me, and then I'm happier. The word counts, people always have questions about word counts. Word counts are strong suggestions. So that is, don't be concerned about being exactly at the specified word count, right? If it's 1,500 words and you're aiming to be exactly 1,500 words, you're probably wasting your time. But you should be as close as possible. Generally, don't be more than about 10% over the specified word count, and it's never a good idea to be under the word count. I would say, unless you happen to be like the world's leading expert on the topic that you're describing, you probably shouldn't be, and there's simply nothing more to say about it, you probably shouldn't be under the word count. Reference material like a works cited or a bibliography does not count toward your final word count in any of the assignments. So that goes for the research essay, but also for the annotated bibliography. So the 600 words in the annotated bibliography are only your annotations, not the bibliographic material. If you don't know what any of that means, don't worry. We'll get to it when we get to that assignment. Please do add page numbers, just in case I need to print something off. It's just good practice to include page numbers. Also use correct MLA, AP, or Chicago referencing throughout all your assignments. I talked a little bit about this. Discussed the plagiarism assignment. I don't mind which referencing style you choose, so long as you do use a recognized style. Assignments must be submitted through Blackboard by the beginning of class on the specified due dates. Again, because you don't really have a specific class time, just have those into me before midnight on those specific due dates. There's a daily 5% penalty. This applies to all assignments that are late. So every calendar day that the assignment is late, you'll lose 5% for that assignment. Calendar days because weekends are days as well, not just weekdays. I won't accept assignments that are submitted more than a week after the due date. It just gets a bit pointless at that point. If you're having trouble getting things in on time, just let me know and we can try to figure out something that works. Don't bother putting title pages. Should just look something like this. Your first name and last name, your student number, my name, the class, the date, the title. Give it some kind of wonderful title, not just research essay. Come up with something creative. And then the body of the assignment, double-spaced, 12-point Times New Roman. Let me know if you don't know how to do any of those things or if you have any questions or comments.